Hey everyone, glad you're here. As you can see by the screen in the bottom, I'm just trying to do something a little different, trying to actually show and be supposedly on screen, make it a little more enjoyable than just staring at a plain screen. But I will tell you this, trading right now in Bitcoin, this is a really important, volatile time right now for this. That's number one. Number two, I think it's important that everybody keeps their anonymity. Okay, you hear about people getting ripped off, people coming being attacked, especially for their Bitcoin or for their crypto. People putting their names on their faces, stuff online. You become a target. I think you need to stay anonymous, but I think this helps the video go a little bit better. So what's going on right now, right? We had the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve that was just announced, right? So that was just announced. Not much going on the market. This is a Saturday. Never trade on Saturdays. Saturdays are just garbage. It's just the market makers playing around with the price because they have to make things go up and down just to keep the market fair. And it just stays within a range. This is a 15-minute candle. Zoom out to the 1 hour. This right here was the dump that we had at the end of the day yesterday on a Friday, leading up to the announcement at 3 p.m. from Trump from the Strategic Reserve, right? So we kind of went down, we pumped, and we came back down, okay? So when you zoom out here, this is the 1 hour candles. These are my Fibonacci's that I track and I trade. I could pretty much close some of these. I don't need these anymore. I have some buys down lower down here, as you can see. If you just look down here, I have something right now I'm trying to get a little bit lower. I am in right now about, let's see here, 1 second. So I have right now 0.16 of a Bitcoin that I'm in trade right now, and I'm pretty much flat. I mean, they're pretty much across the board. So I actually, for the first time, said I've had enough with the ETH, and I'm going to go long for those who are in my Telegram group. To links below if you want to join the Telegram group, no cost. Love to have you there, chat, etc. But I have 1.5 right now long on ETH, so I'm up about $125. Got in nice and early, 21.27. Gonna let this ride up here. We'll go into that one here in a minute. I mean, if you want to flip for a second to ETH just to see, we've had a pump today, which is kind of odd. Those things don't happen on weekends. And same thing if I zoom out to the 1 hour, you know, this is kind of where we've been chopping around the last couple of days. But if you zoom out a little bit further and you go to the 4 hour candle, we were all the way up at 2,500, like literally a week ago. Okay, so this is where I'm trying to, my target's trying to be for this trade before the sell off, because it is going to be part of the strategic reserve. And if you really zoom out and you go out to the daily, it wasn't that long ago, we were all the way up here, 3,500. Okay, the beginning of the year, literally like 60 days, a few months ago, a month ago, we were 2,700 before the dump, February 24th. That's like barely 2 weeks ago. We were at 2,800, 3,000 almost. Okay, so this is whole. Look at this wick. Look at this huge scan wick right here. Look at that. Look at that wick. That's insane. Okay, from a high of about 2,900 all the way down to 2,000. It's 1,000 points. That's just insane. And it's come back down slowly over time to retest this wick, which is doing. It retested it, and I think we're on to climb back up. So that's why I took this long here. That's what I'm there. I don't really trade ETH, but I trade for the first time in a long time in trading. So I'm down $88 right now. So people just ask my trading strategy. Let me show you this first, okay? So if I show you just my trades and what I'm doing here with Bitcoin, I'm going to go into my position history. Okay, so this goes back January 10th in this scroll. So I can go further back, January 10th. So basically the last 2 months, what I've done trading just Bitcoin. You can see trading it from 93 over to 100. Be nice when we get back to 100, which I don't think would be too long. But if you see here, I'm going to go to the right. So look what I got here. $21, nice huge $1,200 profit, 5, $400 profit, 160 profit, 27, $500 profit. I mean, if you look about it, what are we talking here? 12, 16, 17, 18, 2,300. Smaller ones 35. Have you noticed all the green? Look at all the green. Okay, let's go here. 33, 1, 2, 3, 4, 157, 8, $10. I lost $5. Okay, losing trade. 21, 1,200, 5, 400, 187, 562. $30, 5, 20, 26. But did you notice green? 24. I lost 11 cents trying to get out even. Made a dollar, 460, 942. That was a nice trade just made the other day, from 86 up to almost 89 for that little bump. I had said in my Telegram that 89 was that upper level that we were looking to have and where it was hitting, and it did reject. Then got back in here, 942, 38, 212. So the point is, of all these trades here, okay, if we go to the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Out of 30 trades, I have two losses. One for 11 cents and one for $5. I've made thousands of dollars in the last 2 months with only two small minor losses of $5 and 11 cents, and another one by itself 11 cents. That's it. Okay, so my trading strategy is not for the light of heart. That's the first thing I gotta say. This is not for the light of heart. This takes a lot of basically resolve. It takes a lot of confidence, and it takes knowing the swing patterns that happen every day in the market. So let me explain. So when we start dropping here, what I typically look to do is right now in this market, I am only going long. I just don't want to short. Not going to short, not going to do it. Okay. So when these sell-offs happen and these dumps happen, I wait for the dumps. Okay. So I saw the resistance here. Now, a lot of thing I do here is I do trade and I do follow the liquidation charts. Let me move myself over here, refresh this. Just waiting. All right, so look at the liquidation charts. Okay, so right now, this is all lighting up. So I'm going to just change this a little bit here, make it a little bit better, give me a little bit more intensity. And of course, we're flat right now. But basically, there's a ton of liquidity sitting to start about 87,000. So there's already a little bit of resistance, but it's only 500,000. So it's not too bad liquidation level. It's kind of small. But anyway, about 500K sitting there. Let me slide this out a little bit at 87K. As you keep moving up, the next big where it gets yellow is about that 92 mark. So 92, 90, 87, 92 is the mark. But if you look down, there's still liquidity. So a lot of people have gotten long here, where it still shows we can hit into these lower levels of 83, 81. So there's more yellow and green than there is above. But this is pretty fat, so I think we'll hit the 87, which is kind of easy to sweep and take out. I mean, we're 1,000 points away. That's nothing to sweep and take that out. And, it's still resistance up here, even though it's not showing it. It'll come back in once the weekend's over of the 89, 90,000. So that's the first thing I want to do is I want to know where the resistance levels are. I want to know where the liquidity is. Now, when I'm buying, what I am doing is I'm going on the 15 and 30-minute time frames. All right, so I'll go down here. Let's go to the 30-minute time frame here, let's say, for instance. Expand that a little bit bigger. And when these sell-offs were happening, move myself back over again. So when these sell-offs were happening, you could see right here what I was doing. See all these little green arrows? All these green arrows is me buying. Okay, so every one of these green arrows is a purchase I made. So I'll start buying 0.1, 0.2, 1.5, 0.01, 0.02, sorry, of a Bitcoin, and I will buy it as it's going down. So you never know where the dip's going to end. But when it sells off the market, there's a ton of buy pressure. We have the strategic reserve already announced. We have everything in place. We have the first ever pro crypto and Bitcoin government ever in existence. All the choke point 2.0 is gone. All the other things are gone. And this is just the market wanting, people are being impatient. People think strategic reserve was they were going to buy $1 million or 1 million Bitcoin in 90 days. And the new retail is impatient. They don't understand anything. Any of you who've been here know about that. So when you're looking at this, and the way I'm looking at this is I start seeing, okay, wait for the sell-offs. Okay. Let me go back on the 1 hour here. I wait for the sell-offs. I saw the big pump. You sell into the pump. You wait for the sell-off. When the sell-off happens, I started buying. Now, I'm not going to usually ever get the exact bottom. I will buy some down here, but I'm going to start buying once I see a certain percentage come back. So if I take a Fibonacci level, one of the things I first started was I took the low from this to the high. Let me go back. So I'll take a Fibonacci tracement, the low here to the high before I start selling off. Okay. Usually what I'm looking for is right here, the 0.618. Everybody calls it the golden pocket. I don't know why. It's math. It's just evolution. All of life and existence has to do with the Fibonacci. You can look it up. It just is what it is, just the way it works. So when it starts getting to this 618 level, that's when I'm like off the retracement sell. That's when I'm getting excited to start buying back in again. So I'll start buying in right here, and I'll buy it all the way down, and I'll keep buying it. So I bought it here and these two candles. So in these two 1 hour candles, I made all my purchases. So I'm not going to catch the exact bottom. I'll start hitting it here because you never know if it's going to bounce. A lot of times it does bounce off that 618, maybe down here to the 786. Okay. So I was buying here. I start putting my purchases, but when it goes lower, I just keep adding. And I'll start at 001, 02, 003. So the lower it goes, the bigger I'm trying to buy and percentage wise. And I'm just trying to, and it keeps dipping. I'll add more. I'll add more. So I'll see how much I have available that I can trade. I'm into my account and what I want to get to. So all in all, I got a position here altogether of 0.163 of a Bitcoin from all my purchases after that dip, waiting for that dip. My cost basis is 86,500. Right now we're 85,800. So I'm down a little bit. So I'm down $100. Down 2%, which is really, I'm trading through. Now, another thing, very important. Look at the top right here where my mouse is. I do not trade more than 3x leverage. Don't do it. I've made $400, $500, $2,000. You've seen the hundreds I've made in these trades. You don't have to go higher. Okay, 3x leverage. I don't play the 5, 10, 20x, 50x. That is suicide to me. Reason being is look at my liquidation price. I will get liquidated only if this goes down to 50,000. I am not worried about that at all. So when I trade with zero. And I said this again. I know this is risky. This is not for everyone. Okay, this is not for everyone. This is just sharing. Informational purposes. Do your own research. Blah blah blah. You know the drill. Okay. I use zero stop losses. I, again, use zero stop losses. I do not put in a stop loss. I've had a trade been down $700-800 because it just kept going against me. And guess what? I just waited out. And when I waited out in this kind of market and what's going on here, if you catch the bottom, if you're catching up here, whoo, that's going to hurt. If you started buying up and you started FOMOing and go, oh my God, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to miss it. And you buy up here and the sell-off comes and you're holding, it's going to be painful looking at all that red in your account. So if I'm buying when it dips, I might not get the exact bottom, but you wait for the sell-offs. The market, especially right now, everything going on with Bitcoin, everything going on in crypto, globally, global sovereign nations, everybody buying. Okay, again, let's zoom out here to the 4 hour. Let's zoom out here to the daily. Okay, look at what we've had. If I zoom out here to the daily, okay, look at these dips. Dip, recovery, dip, recovery. Dip, recover. It's going to recover. We're going to get this 100,000 again. We're going to be even higher. This is not going to work in every kind of market environment. This is not going to work after this year of the 4-year cycle. Well, it might. We'll see how time goes. We'll see if sovereign nations can dampen some of the sell-offs that we get normally. But the bottom line is, in this kind of environment, this system works. I can go back months. I started doing this probably 3-4 months ago. My history of wins is ridiculous. Okay, what did I show you guys again? 28 wins to 2 losses. It works if you can stomach sitting on it being down. If you could sit and watch yourself being down 10% and down $300 or $400, if you could stomach it in this market, it has worked for me if you're catching the dips. So did I catch the very bottom of this wick? No, because no one knows when this wick's going to be. Okay, no, I did not catch the 78,000. I would love to cut it all at the bottom. I was buying here in the mid to low 80s, and I kept buying as it went down. So my cost basis was higher than this dip. So this was ugly, but I sat in it. It was only a day. Look at this daily. One day. The very next day, it went from 78 all the way to 95, all the way back to 82, all the way back to 93, and I was sitting at 86. It doesn't sit too long, and that's how they trick you. So again, this is not for everyone. I'm just trying to share for informational purposes. I am in right now, like I said, that long of ETH, so I'm happy there. So I'm going to see what I do with this one. I'm going to let this sit for a while, I think. I think I really want to hope it get to 2,500, put in a partial, and I try to trade it in grids. I'll start looking to take profit on the Bitcoin when we get back up to about 89.90 again. I'll sell off a portion. I'll let it go up. If it comes back down, I'll get back in. I kind of grid trade it. But if I see news, I see the market where there's a potential for the market makers and Wall Street to manipulate and have a huge sell off, I'm just taking my profits. I'm out. I'm going to wait for the next dip, get in again at the next dip. Again, I may not get the very bottom, ride it back up. So this has been working for me. Yes, I know it's put it this way. It's high stress, it's high anxiety, it's high conviction, it's high believing in what you're doing. I believe 100% what I've been doing, and I've made thousands of dollars and added huge in my position. Again, because I'm using such a little amount of leverage, I have zero concern of it going down to 50,000. If this right now went into the 70s, it's going to suck, but I'm going to sit in it because I'm not going to get liquidated at 50,000, not in this market. And it's going to eventually recover. And when it eventually recovers is when I'm going to wait for, and that's when I'm going to sell and make my profits and wait for the next opportunity. So again, this is my personal strategy. This is what I've been doing. I've been pretty much always down a little bit in my holdings when I first get in. I pretty much always have to sit and start my positions in down. It's just the way it works when I start buying. But again, the proof is in the pudding. Okay, $200 profit, $38 profit, 39, 943, 411, 129, lost 11 cents, 25, 30. I mean, look at that one. That was a nice fat one. Yeah, I got a couple dollars here or there because I wasn't sure what to do, where I was going to go. So I made a 200 profit. That's not bad. Small little one, small. $1,000, 943. That's a huge one. Lost 11 cents, $24, $27, $2, 25. These are all little small amounts, but their wins, boom, 562. It was made a big pop. $27, 160, not bad. $400, pretty good. $1,200, pretty damn good. So you see, these are all the way I'm doing this here. So I hope you found value in this. I hope this helps you. I'm going to have a couple more videos now showing some highlights of what's going on in the market to keep you abreast and all that. Have a couple of updates. Hope this helped you out. Wish you all the best. And as always, here is to your success.